Hello students. In this video lecture, we are going to learn how to improve our vocabulary and what are the strategies that we can apply to improve our vocabulary. So it's not all that we can do in one day, but gradually we can improve our vocabulary through following these steps. So we'll come to know how to and what are the strategies that we can follow and how we can improve our vocabulary. Now, the first thing is read voraciously, like reading. This is the most effective way to learn new vocabulary. So, when you start reading the things, you come across a lot of new words. And of course, it's not that every time you see a new word, you find a new word, you run to a dictionary. Instead, you can learn, like you can guess the meaning of that particular word based on the context. Sometimes it becomes easier to guess the meaning of that word, whether you know the word or not. Also, you can guess the exact meaning of that particular word based on the context. Of course, learning the words in a context, uh, it is a natural way of learning or improving your vocabulary. So, try reading easier materials. It's not that at the initial stage you go with advanced texts. Which you will not be able to understand properly. Each and every word you will be finding difficult to catch. So, better you just go with easier materials which would help you or which would boost up your confidence that you can understand the things easily. So step by step, you can improve the level of your. You can go with more advanced ones. Make reading a pleasurable activity. It's not like you should not feel stressful, or else you just take whatever the material that you are interested in. Like you can get the writing text in different contexts. Like if you are really interested in sports, you just go with the sports books or sports magazines or whatever the news which are related to sport, which is related to sports in the newspaper columns or something like that. You start with what you enjoy. So make it as a pleasurable activity. It's not like you should not feel stressful, because if you feel stressful, you can't continue that and you can't make it a habit also. So just make the reading process a pleasurable activity. So it becomes easy for you to concentrate for more time on what you are reading and the content of your reading also. Choose the text appropriate for your reading level. So you know your level very well, like whether you are you belong to the basic level, or you belong to the intermediate level, or you belong to the advanced level in your language. So it is based on the level you choose the material, so that you can spend more time, because you can that flow will not be disturbed, and you can read it, you can try to understand that, and when you just try to practice in that way, you can go to the next level after a few days. So this is how you can make your process, and how this reading process will help you to improve your vocabulary. And the second way is make friends with the dictionary. So usually, like you should follow frequently a dictionary, or a dictionary, in the sense, I'm not telling you to stick on to one dictionary. We have a lot of dictionaries which we can rely on. So you make use of dictionary frequently, you just go through the dictionary frequently, so that it helps you a lot. It is an indispensable resource to improve your vocabulary. And a thesaurus also, because in dictionary you just find the meaning of the word, and in which context it can be used with two or three examples. But when you just take a thesaurus, what happens is, you can find more lot of words which are similar to that particular word which you are trying to find out. Along with that word, you find many similar words, and also synonyms to that words, and antonyms that words, and idiomatic expressions to that word. So at the same place, at one place, you can find more, and a lot of information, so that you can improve your vocabulary. And consider adding a good dictionary and thesaurus to your bookshelf. This is one suggestion to improve your vocabulary. And some of the standard dictionaries that you can follow are Oxford Advanced Learns Dictionary, the new Oxford American Dictionary, Oxford American Writers Thesaurus. Like these are the standard things which you can keep yourself, so that whenever it is necessary, you can refer to the things and you can get the exact information which is related to that particular word. So it helps you as a word reference, of course, and you have to maintain at least one or two dictionaries with you. Now, for online dictionaries, of course, these days it is little difficult to go with the hard copies. Like many are preferring to go on with online dictionaries. There are many free options with a great features in them. Even if you have a good dictionary in print already, you can't miss having a good online dictionary at your disposal. Like we have lot of sources, and in those sources, I have picked up few things for you. Like One Look, it's a meta dictionary. Like at the same place you find lot of many other dictionaries also for the same word. You can find the meanings in. You can refer to different dictionaries at the same place. And Merriam-Webster's online dictionary and Ninja Words, of course, research the, you can look up multiple words simultaneously at this. And think map visual thesaurus also, this gives you a visual map of the words, the word and the other words which are connected to this particular word. You can see the visual map also. And of course we have answers.com, dictionary.com, the free dictionary, and many other sources. All of them are good sources only. Try each one at least once to help you make your mind. So it's not that following one thing all the time. Just try new ones also, so that you may find interesting ways to help your purpose of referring the dictionaries. Now, the third point is use it or lose it. So it's not just coming across the words, and it's not just knowing the meaning of the words, but you have to use the word in different ways, in different contexts, so that you can remember it for a long time. So using the new words, many times as you can, it helps you to remember the word. It helps you to memorize the word for a long time. Be creative and use learned words in as many ways as possible. Like it's use construct different kinds of sentences using that particular word, so that a lot of practice happens, and you can memorize the word. Write them down, say them aloud, create sentences with them mentally or in writing. Try to use them in a conversation and discuss them with friends. These are few ways how you can use it. And of course, using the word many times, practicing the word in many different ways, it helps you to memorize it for a long time. Of course, you can add up that word to your self dictionary. And it's also important to be aware of your language style. Every time you catch yourself saying common or non specific words such as nice, try coming up with richer, more precise expressions instead. Like when you use a word, try to think of the other words similar to that particular word. So in that place, in using that the word in that place, what are the other expressions that I can use, what are the other words that I can use. So if you just think on in that way, if you try to add up more words to that particular word, similar words, if you try to find similar words to that particular word, so what happens is you will be ultimately building your vocabulary. Now, the other point is learn one new word a day. This is a very good option. Like it's not that um, you learn a word and leave it. Again, you take a long time, and then again a long gap, and then again start learning it. It's not like that. That should be like a regular practice. So commit yourself to learn at least one new word each day. So there are many websites that provide you free word of the day services. Like if you just register in them, that they'll be delivering you in many formats. Like they send you emails, they send you messages, they said, you can every day or phone, you can look at the word, and you can, like, if you forget also, the message itself reminds you, and you can go through the word, the meaning of the word, the usage of the word, and all these things they provide. And some of the references like that are Merriam-Webster's online word of the day. This is one source where you could register yourself, and you could get frequent messages of word per day. And WordSmart wordcast, in this also, this also the same service which you can provide. It's not just knowing the meaning of the word. Of course, you'll listen to the word, the pronunciation of that word, and you'll come across different usages of the word in different contexts. And sometimes you may have some synonyms of the words and antonyms of the words and idiomatic expressions, or if they are related to that particular word, you'll get a lot of information about that particular word at one single source. Dictionary word of the day also is one more service where you can find. So these are all, like, we have a lot of other sources also. These are few things which I'm telling you. Like in this way also you can build up your vocabulary and understand the true meanings of the words. Like, you just go deep into the meaning of the word, like the word origin. You just take the word origin, like etymology, prefixes, suffixes. If just look at the word, focus on each and every part of the word, and focus on the origin of the word. So what happens is, like, you will have better understanding about the word, and you will make use of it appropriately in the context. So at least half of the English words are derived from other languages, and the roots will have a particular meaning. When you just learn the meaning of that root, when you come to know the meaning of that root, wherever that root comes in any word, in whatever the word that the root comes, you can guess the meaning of the word easily. For example, like, just to pick an example, when you understand that prefix artho means what, that is a prefix. So what is the meaning of that prefix? Straight or right. So with this prefix, whatever the word that comes, you can guess the meaning of that particular word. How, like orthodontist. Ortho is something straight or right. Dentist is the person who straighten, like, the teeth, related to teeth. And orthodontist in this, like, you can guess the meaning that he would be a specialist who straightens the teeth. And graphy is something related to writing, and ortho related to straight or right, and you can guess that the meaning would be something related to both of the things, that is the correct or straight way of writing. So this is how, when you just know the word in depth, like the word root, prefix of the word, suffix of the word, and etymology of the word, like, you can like have a better understanding of the word, and also you can guess, if you get similar prefixes and suffixes with the other words, you can guess the meaning of the other words also. And understanding the logic behind words always pays off in return in terms of learning and reading. Consider the examples. Breakfast, meaning interrupt the night's fast. So a rainbow, meaning bow or are caused by rain. So, like a reverse formula. So if you just learn the meaning of that, meaning also have a lot of words. So you can relate to that, and you can learn, and you can recall the things. You first, it's not just recalling the word, try to recall the meaning, and along with the meaning, you recall the word. So it's a process. Now, maintain a personal lexicon. So it's not just learning the words. Of course, you have to make a note of these words where, like, you have to maintain a lexicon, like for a handy reference, I can say. Even if you never refer back to your lexicon again, writing words down at least once will greatly enhance your ability to commit them to your permanent memory. So writing them, making use of them, practicing them also helps you a lot to remember the word. Another excellent learning aid is to write an original sentence containing the word. It's not just learning the word and meaning, of course, it won't help you a lot. But if you write, if you learn a word in a sentence, that would help you a lot. So, writing a word in a sentence also would help you a lot. And there are many ways you can keep your personal word list. Each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. So, make sure to pick the format that works best for you. So choose which one would suit for you. You may prefer to keep it a simple text file in a computer or in a regular paper notebook also, or maybe flashcards also you can maintain. So anyhow, like, writing helps you to memorize the word for a long time. Follow a process. So it's a regular practice, and you have to follow a process, and make vocabulary improvement a permanent habit in your daily life. So in that regard, one particularly useful concept is one of the maintaining of word inbox. So whatever the word you learn, you just try to add up that word to your inbox. Your process can be as simple as you wish. And you stay on top of your vocabulary improvement process if you follow that regularly. So add up and recall the words, whatever that you are adding up to your inbox. Just refer to them once, and then whenever you feel leisure, like you have leisure, you refer to them, so that it helps you to remember it and to make use of it whenever it is necessary. Like, play and have fun. So through games also we can improve our vocabulary. So playing games and engaging in group activities, that would be more effective for learning language. And some interesting options are Quidler, as well as the classics Scrabble and Boggle. So these are some of the funny things, funny activities or games that you can involve in to improve your vocabulary. If you don't want to spend money on such boxed games, like, you can make your own activity. Um, try your own variation of word evening, like you can sit along with your family members, or you can sit along with your friends, group them up. You just allocate some time for that, and you can come up with a new word. Each and every person can come up with a new word and define it. And others, if someone says one word, the other can define that particular word, and as a game you can make it. You don't have time or don't want to engage in any group activities, there are numerous options of word games in the internet. You can yourself involve, you can either play them when you're bored or integrate them in your daily routine. Just allocate some time, particular time to play such a game. And, such games, some recommendations like, Merriam-Webster's daily word game, Merriam-Webster's daily crossword, word games on Yahoo Games. So such online sources out there where you can make use of them and leverage every resource you can. Have to make use of it to the best. The internet is a goldmine of resources for vocabulary building. We have a lot of sources nowadays, and there's nothing like we have to wait for. You can make use of online sources to improve your vocabulary. The point is that you are only limited by your willingness to learn. So it's not that we are lack of resources or sources, but the thing is we should have some interest or willingness to learn. So let curiosity be your guide, and you will never run out of resources to learn from it. Diversify. Do something different from your daily routine. Like take a contest, like involve in one activity and try to, gather some vocabularies, gather some words which are related to that particular activity. For example, hunting, fishing, blogging, any activity that's not a part of your normal life. So if it is a part of your normal life, again you feel bored. So you just come out of that and you try to take up one more activity. So in that activity, you try to like the words which are related to that particular activity. You can make it, and you know these are all unique ways of communicating. And read different books, magazines than the ones you are used to. Like watch foreign language music movies. Of course, this is one best thing. Like when you just get the titles down scrolling, you can read those titles if you're not able to follow initially. Later on, you get used to the accent and you get used to the language. Take up new hobbies, hang out with the different people, and these are few things which you can do in a different way. By doing things out of the ordinary, you will not only improve your vocabulary but also make your life much more interesting. So, the effective ways to improve your vocabulary are read voraciously, make a reading habit, make friends with the dictionaries, use the word as many times as you can, learn one new word a day, understand the true meaning of the words, that means etymology, the prefix of the word, suffix of the word roots, like, a lot of information about that particular word. Maintain a personal lexicon, follow a process, like it should be a regular process. Play and have fun. Through games also we can learn vocabulary. Leverage every resource you can. Make use the best, whatever the resources that are available to you, and diversify. Try in a different way. It's not like you follow every time one style of learning, but you just go differently, think differently, and involve in different things, and try to make use of those different things to improve your vocabulary. So these are all the best ways which you can utilize to improve your vocabulary, and that's all about developing how to improve your vocabulary. And of course, these strategies they just work out very effectively to improve your vocabulary. And that's all about vocabulary development. Thank you.